Hey everyone, Brian here from Vintage Classic Specialist. Happy Monday to everyone. I guess some of you guys probably had the day off, but we were here hard at work on vintage Volkswagens. So why don't we go ahead and talk about what happened today in day of the life of Vintage Classic Specialist here. So Mr. Rafa started putting together the motor for our beloved tennis ball here. So the long block came in from Brian Roth. Let's see, I think I picked it up Friday. So he's already done the cam break in and checked it all out and stuff like that. And so he basically took the long block, which is what we had him build, and then he put everything on it needed to do the cam break in and run it, and then stripped all that stuff off, I guess, as stuff, shop parts. So not our actual parts for the motor. And then we are, of course, then building it up from there to a full motor, and with all of our powder coated and restored and zinc plated goodness here. So yeah, Rafa made some pretty solid progress on this today. As you can see, again, this was a bare long block at the start of the day. So I did pick up our zinc plating, which I mentioned. So for these later motors, the correct color is the kind of, I don't know, I guess I'd call it gold colored zinc plating. Picked all that up this morning, and pretty much at that point then we could let it rip on this thing as far as putting it together. So heater boxes went on, cylinder tins, intake manifolds, which we hadn't done anything previously with these. So Rafa, I think he sandblasted these and then painted them with some high quality silver paint that we use that has a really, really nice finish. And yeah, put on some of the tins, as I mentioned, the pulley and its bolt, restored, cleaned up and restored the doghouse fan setup. So yeah, just coming right along. Again, original clamps here on the, see the VW symbol on there, love it. Picked up the boots from AJ over at Low Bucket, so we could go ahead and put it together. So there you go, guys, coming together. Probably be together, assuming we have all the parts, this will probably be together tomorrow or maybe the next day at the latest. And then who knows, maybe it'll go in the car next week. We'll see. It is definitely coming right along, though. We do still need to order a muffler for it. Okay, yeah, actually, now that I think about it, we need to order a muffler for it and then take it and have it ceramic coated. And so that, of course, the ceramic coating has, turnaround time of its own. So yeah, this motor will probably be pretty much together except the muffler, maybe by sometime this week, and then probably get the muffler back from ceramic coating next week or so. Those guys take like a week or so turnaround usually. Anyway, so in the next couple weeks, this motor will probably be done and be going in the car. And by the way, the engine compartment on here is already fully restored and ready for the motor. So just waiting for its motor to be plugged into it. So that pretty much takes care of Rafa's day. So for me, I started the day off on the Notchback. So the owner really wanted me to try and get the horn going and also the wipers if possible. So I spent a little bit more time on both of those things today, and I actually got them both working. So very happy about that. His horn is super, super loud. It is a 6-volt horn. Car is 12 volts. Yeah, it is awful sounding, but it would definitely get anyone's attention if they heard that. It sounds like a 500-pound duck or something. I don't even know what that thing sounds like, but yeah, I don't think anyone could ignore it if they heard that sound in traffic. And the 6-volt horns, as long as you don't like really press on them for a really long time, they can survive okay at 12 volts. And they will definitely get your attention, as I said. So anyway, got the horn working. It was a bad connection at the steering coupler down there. Just, this car seems to have all the original wiring on it, and the car is a 65. So, all those years later, and connections are corroded and stuff like that. So spent some time cleaning up some connections down there, and boom, that was it. I had previously worked on the horn button itself and got it working. It had like paint and stuff in there where normally it needs to make connections. So I'd taken care of that previously and checked out and cleaned up the connections on the horn itself. So then today kind of worked in the middle of the horn circuit, which is, you know, up here again at the steering box. And so yeah, that was it for that. The wiper assembly pretty much went and checked out the wiring for it. Everything seemed to be there, except basically there was a wire that goes to between the fuse box that supplies power when the key is on and the wiper switch, and that wire was basically just unplugged. So once I traced that out, pretty simple fix. Literally, you know, cleaning the wire, cleaning the connection, and plugging it in, and boom, wipers work. And a lot of times on these, the auto park doesn't work, so you have to like strategically time when you turn it off to where when the wipers are down. But this one, the auto park actually works, so you can turn the wipers off regardless of where they are, and they'll come back down to their, you know, home position. So that's kind of cool, because a lot of times those don't work no matter what you do. Anyway, so yeah, last couple bits for that, and he is actually going to send his tow truck driver that he uses tomorrow. So this will be the last time you guys get a look at this baby. And but yeah, it's totally pretty much everything electrical works now. Runs great, drives, brakes, all that good stuff. It is now roadworthy, which is what he brought it in for us to do, so he can start having fun with it. And I think he's planning to actually redo all the upholstery on it. So I'll be looking forward to see what he does. They actually have an upholstery guy at their shop, so I'm assuming probably he's using him. But anyway, so yeah, started the day off with that, sorted out those last couple dangling electrical items, and then turned my attention to the Black Beauty here. And let's see. So when I talked about this one last week, the back brakes, I mentioned that we had to cut down the brake shoes, and I hadn't tried the front brake drums on. Jacob had tried those on, I think, when I was out running errands the other day. So I went to install the front brake drums today, and they went on, but even with the adjusters in all the way, they were like borderline tight. And so I pulled off all the brake shoes and pretty much did the same thing that I did to the back, which again is to trim them. Trimmed all 4 brake shoes, reinstalled them, plenty of space, and then went ahead and put on the drums, adjusted those properly, adjusted the brakes, and so on. So yeah, the brakes on this car now, other than adjusted the back brakes too, so pretty much other than putting fluid in the system and bleeding the brakes on here should be done now. So that happened today. The other thing that happened today, which I think I showed you guys on the video the other day, was pulled out this thing. So this is what I believe to be the original steering coupler that came in this car from when it was brand new, and I don't ever remember seeing one this bad. So that's cloth that you see there. You can probably tell that, but pretty much these are cloth that's impregnated with rubber, and the rubber is mostly gone. And so pretty much this is just a bunch of layers and layers and layers of cloth that was the car was steering through. So the owner and I were kind of texting back and forth, and he was joking this thing would probably be good for another 50 years. I actually don't doubt it. However, not really a great idea. So went ahead and put in a new German one and put in new hardware and stuff like that. So took care of that. And then the other thing, which probably also were original on this car, is the front suspension snubbers. So these are basically like the stops for the suspension. And these both look like that. So probably also original, and needless to say, not really working very well. So here, let's come over here real quick. so you guys can see this. So there's the new snubber right there. So you can see these actually act as stops in both directions. So when the suspension travels down, top arm hits it. When the suspension travels up too far, hits down here. So yeah, it kind of limits the suspension travel in both ways. And then here is the new and improved steering coupler disc. You can see in there, went ahead and put new hardware on it and stuff like that. So yeah, probably for real good for another 50 plus years now. And so that was pretty much what I did on the car itself. And then I actually started putting his motor back together too. So this one, again, we had stripped it down to a long block and cleaned it up. It had, I don't know, black paint or just so much grease on it that it looked black and it was super ugly. So Jacob pretty much cleaned it all up, and we shot some clear coat on it to preserve it and had everything powder coated. So here's his box of powder coated tins. And so today I went ahead and started in, and I restored or assembled the fuel pump, which I had previously cleaned. It is the correct fuel pump for this car. Here, let's take a look at this real quick. It looks very nice. So yeah, here's this fuel pump, which again is correct for this car, all restored. Again, I picked up zinc plating today for this project too, so you can see nicely freshly zinc plated hardware there. New kit inside this puppy. The fuel pump spacer here had been painted silver before, so spent some time getting that icky silver paint off there. And then also it was warped, as they often are, so sanded it flat. So this is ready to go on now. And what else? Yeah, I got all the zinc plating back so I can put the carburetor together. Generator is already restored with its regulator. I have ordered a correct vacuum advanced distributor for this, so hopefully that'll be in soon. Got some parts out at ceramic coating, so yeah, this one is gonna kind of start coming together slowly here. Again, I'm still waiting on some parts from ceramic coating and what else? Yeah, I think that's mainly it. So anyway, guys, that is most of what happened around here today. So I'm gonna cut it a little bit shorter today than it has been, but happening outside despite the rain. Some body work on the orange 70 Ghia, and actually upholstery work for the green Ghia. So I'll show you guys some of that upholstery work here and on a episode coming up soon. So stay tuned for that. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.